What is up, everybody? It's your boy Doody, back again with another video, and this time we're taking a look at our boy DSP's daily rap video after a day of mid support. I guess the momentum is slightly upscaling a bit, and of course, let's not forget our boy Phil gaslighting his entire viewership, calling them racist. Good God. Yes, that's right, racist because they wouldn't support a game. Anyway, let's see what Phil had to say on this long daily rap. By the way, I did speed it up, so hopefully it won't be too bad. So let's check it out.
Hey everyone, Phil here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Wednesday, the 9th of April, 2025. A good variety streaming day, a day where we covered a variety of topics, a day where I tried out a brand new peripheral for my setup, which I'd like to talk about. So let's get to it, shall we? So first off, today, we got back into the swing of things, getting to games that I knew people liked, rather than taking gambles on a game that I didn't know if anyone was going to like, which was a good thing. But before we got to that, we had a podcast covering various different topics, including the unboxing of my brand new Logitech Pro X2 headphones, a new set of wireless gaming headphones, which I purchased to use here on my setup because my Corsairs are finally wearing out. I say finally, even though I've barely ever used them over the years. They all started to crack and fall apart. And I said, I've upgraded the entirety of my setup, basically except headphones. Now that I'm using headphones regularly for Call of Duty, as well as for when I do Discord calls, I figured I might as well upgrade and get a better pair. So I did. And I did a live unboxing of that on today's podcast, which was really great. Plus, we talked about some news, and we talked about the big...
All right, I want to stop it here before he gets into the next topic here. But yes, that's right. Our boy Phil has decided to buy Gourmet Headphones. Good God. He spent $220 on a pair of pretty shitty headphones. I'm sorry. Logitech is not the greatest. I don't know why he just doesn't read or Google anything or even YouTube. Come on, Phil. There's a pretty good standard out there that most content creators use. For example, gamers typically use Astro headsets because they're very good. They're not that expensive, and they're adorable. I have my Astros, the 140s, I think. Either the 140s or the 150s. They're great. They're not expensive. They cost about $150. You could probably get them even cheaper on sale. You can get them for like $125. I've had my pair for almost 4 years. They're great. Don't need anything else. They're perfect. So that's right. Our boy Phil is out here wasting money he doesn't have. And of course, sitting here begging like a crackhead and yet still asking for, begging like a crackhead because he has $0 in his bank account, right? But then can go ahead and spend nearly $250 with tax and everything. $250 on a pair of shitty headphones that he doesn't really need. I mean, he was for the most part gaming, listening to his TV. And he didn't even need headsets because, of course, he has a gourmet TV, with good speakers. Why did you feel the need to waste money? Again, this is Phil having a little bit of money in his pocket, and instead of saving it for a rainy day or when income is low or support's low, he decided, you know what, I got to buy something. And what do I need to buy? Well, I guess the last thing I need on my checklist, a pair of $250 headphones. Fucking pathetic, man. Pathetic. I really hope that people in this chat that listen to him complain about money, support, momentum, making sure that that they keep up the amount of support so that he can afford to take his wife to the zoo and buy a dishwasher and all of these upgrades. I hope they really pay attention and see segments like this of Phil wasting money on unnecessary garbage, and they just stop supporting him. So anyway, let's keep going.
Issue that was me playing South of Midnight yesterday. So if you want the skinny on any of that, check out today's podcast. I don't think I'm going to break out any highlights or anything like that. It wasn't super important, but at the same time, I was pretty upset that overall, I was trying to judge South of Midnight of its own merits, but so many people came to my stream bringing baggage. Oh, did you hear that this person said this on X, and this person is employed by this company that we don't like and is part of the game with this and that? And I just want to play the game. And if I don't like it, I don't like it. If I like it, I like it. I don't want to hear all of your bullshit you're bringing from outside of the content of my streams. All this baggage and drama is just not needed. And I just don't understand why people feel like they need to impose that on a gameplay stream for someone who's trying to play a game for the first time and judge for themselves if they like it. I don't get it anymore. But anyway, we had a big podcast regarding all of that.
All right, so I'm going to tell you why he's not going to do a highlight for this. It's pretty simple. The man got torched in his chat. I'm not going to say everyone, but 95% of his chat were like L. They were doing this the Patrick Star down pose, L pose, because it was a straight up loser take, Phil. First of all, you started complaining and labeling your viewers as racist. That's what you did. You called them all racist and misogynist because they wouldn't play a game they considered woke. Because it was made in consultation by Sweet Baby Inc., which is a very controversial woke a company or whatever that coordinates with video game companies to make to bring diversity or whatever to video games. All right. So first of all, that take was a straight up L. You know why? And I'm not even gonna go the route of Sweet Baby Inc. or whether it is racist or woke or whatever. I'm not even gonna go that route. You actually chastise your viewers because they didn't support your gameplay because of whatever reason. Phil, does it really matter why someone doesn't give a shit or doesn't like a game? I'll give you a fine example. I don't like Mario that much. I really don't. I haven't played a Mario game in quite a while because I'm tired of playing Super Mario games. Really, that's really all it is. Am I a racist because I hate Italian plumbers? No, I'm tired of playing games, those Mario platformers. I'm just tired of playing them, so I haven't played them in quite a while. Am I wrong for feeling that way? It's just my opinion and my view. So why are you sitting there gaslighting your entire chat, calling them racist, just because they won't give a game a chance? Who are you, Phil, to tell anyone to give any game a chance? You of all people, you tell people, hey, if you don't like a game, that's fine. Just come back when I play a game you like. So why are you shitting on people? Because people want to sit there? And another thing, another fucking argument used is that, well, people in my chat were spamming that they hated the game, Bro, you barely get fucking 150 people to these gameplays, and your chat moves like molasses. Nightbot is the biggest contributor of your fucking streams. I didn't see anyone in there talking trash about the game, saying it was boring, saying that it was woke. Maybe one or two people max, but you made it seem like the entire chat was just flooding your comments with just, cancel this game, shut it off, no one wants to watch it. You got that from what? Because you got $53 of support? Bro, how many other games have you played? Are your viewers racist because they didn't support the Yakuza playthrough that night where you made $60? Are your viewers racist against Japanese people? Because, bro, your takes are so stupid and regarded. And I appreciate that his viewers snapped back. They all clapped back in the fucking chat after he went on a 50-minute segment gaslighting his viewers. They basically said, yeah, a bunch of them said, yeah, I'm out. I don't want to hear this nonsense. A lot of them basically said, Phil, this is an L take. And many people just said, dude, what are you talking about? Just because someone doesn't like a game doesn't make them racist. And his dude, it was great because I've never saw a unanimous chat just shit on someone for a bad take, and that was an extremely bad take. It was, Phil. And as we can hear now, Phil, with his legs, with his tail between his legs, I'm not gonna make any highlight videos of this. Dude, I'll be shocked if he doesn't private that podcast in a day or two because it's so embarrassing. So embarrassing. Phil likes to do that. Phil thinks that his viewers or people like when he has these regarded shitty takes where he's just shitting on everyone and calling everyone racist. Bro, you are the last person to call anyone racist, bro. Those words should never come out of your mouth, King Racist yourself. Okay? The man that wore the M. Bison Hitler style hat on stream. The man who decided to create a top 10 most racist moments video. Bro, do I need to go into the Hello Jew and what do they say in China, Phil? Amongst the many times you said the N-word. So Phil, I again, you need to shut up. You should never be calling anyone a racist. Anyway, let's keep going.
Then on the first stream was the continuation of Atomfall. Now, to be fair and honest here, there are things about Atomfall I like and some things I really don't like. The graphics are good, and I like the world design. The more I play it, the less I like the combat. The combat is getting so stupid that there's too many enemies in areas that just endlessly come after you and aggro to you, leaving you to have to murder a ton or just run like a coward. And it's so dumb because they all run in straight lines. They all just kind of just get headshot, headshot, headshot. But then there's dumb things like you'll be point blank on an enemy and try to use the shotgun and they'll just absorb it like it's nothing, like it's a regular bullet. It's a shotgun blast from point blank range. How are you absorbing that and not dying? These are not superpowered people. They're supposed to be normal humans. Anyway, overall, it's definitely a mixed bag for me. It is getting frustrating that I didn't really know what to do. And then by the end of today's stream, someone said, so here's the deal. The game does a horrible idea of explaining this to you. The whole idea of the game is to keep finding different ways to enter the intergrade from different places in the world. Once you enter these different intergrade entrances, you're going to use batteries to access and power them up, do things in them. And then once you've basically done all of the intergrades, you can get to Oberon and beat the game, depending on what story you choose, because there's actually different characters in the game that will give you different plot lines. For example, today I ran into someone who said, oh, Oberon actually is some ancient power, and you want to try to activate it and turn it on to help the world. Other people have sworn that Oberon is some ancient evil that scientists discovered, and we should keep it under control. So you don't really know what to do, and I think that's the point of the game, is you have to kind of choose what you want to do at the end to get different endings and stuff like that. So overall, the game's not bad. It's just really getting tedious to the point where you don't know where to go, and I even said at the end of the stream, I think what should happen is I should look up, or someone should tell me just where the intergrade entrances are, so we could just go to them and make advancement in the game. Otherwise, this game is literally a wander fest, where you're just expected to wander around till you stumble upon the things you need to do to get into the intergrade, which is incredibly time consuming. And for me as a streamer, it's not good game design, okay? Anyway, people did overall like the stream, and guess what? We hit the goal. And because of that, today we did DSP tries at Little Caesars Pizza, the triple threat, where I tried the crazy bread, the pretzel crust pepperoni pizza, and the deep dish Detroit-style Hawaiian pizza. So 3 different things were tried. That video is already live over on DSP Reacts. If you have not seen it, I hope that you'll give it a look. People said it was actually quite a good one, and some people were surprised by my reaction to the food, thinking that it was going to go one way, and it actually went a complete different one, and people were like, oh. So there you go. Check it out. It is live over on DSP Reacts right now. I hope that you enjoy it, okay? So we hit the goal, which is great. We're back on track now, hitting goals, after a whole day of not hitting goals when I played South of Midnight and Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. Then on the late stream tonight, it was the return.
And then again, folks, that's what the most important thing here of all, of everything that Phil just said. In his eyes, the most important thing is that they are finally back to hitting goals. That's right. And that's all Phil cares about. He really doesn't give 2 shits about games. I mean, the man can play tic-tac-toe all day long, and if you give him more than $150, he'd be happy. Let's just face it here. He's simply just, I'm trying to think of a content creator that had a passion for something and then eventually just stopped giving 2 shits and just streamed for money. And they clearly, I mean, Wings of Redemption is someone like that. I remember Wings of Redemption used to have passion for Call of Duty and also for Rainbow Six Siege. And then there came a point around 2017 where he just stopped giving a crap. And he would literally come on stream and just say he doesn't care what he's playing. He's only going to play what, gets him money. And if he doesn't get a certain amount of money, he's going to drop the game. He's going to stop his stream and so on. Everyone knows the Wings of Redemption. Phil has essentially become Wings of Redemption. The only difference with Phil and Wings is that if he's not getting the money, he'll browbeat the shit out of his viewers until he gets the money, and if he has to, he'll stay late. Unlike Wings, Wings would just shut the stream off. Not Phil. Phil would actually go into overtime and force people to give him money. And yeah, I mean, he barely made the 2 tips go. I think he made what, 150 on the first stream. And that was at the very last 5 minutes. I don't think it was a Hail Mary tip, but I think at the last 5 minutes, someone came in and dropped him some money. And then last night's stream, I think he got to like 160 because some dent dropped, 10 members or something like that. Some guy we've never heard of before came in and dropped a 10-member bomb. Yeah, it's just all nonsense from Phil. But if you want to take anything from yesterday, was how he simply turns on his viewers. Like on the drop of a dime. He really doesn't give a shit. He doesn't care who he attacks, why he's attacking. It doesn't matter. All he cares about is money. And if you put him up against a wall, Phil will fight back. That's right. And what I mean by that is, of course, his wallet. If you put his bank account or his wallet up against the wall, he will fight back. It's the only time he will. And he doesn't give a shit what he says. He doesn't care who he insults, because that's his only go-to. His only go-to is not to, create new content, try to be innovative, give different rewards. No, his go-to is to attack his viewers into submitting and giving him money. because apparently that's a fetish they have. I don't know. I don't know. It's very cult-like behavior. It reminds me of one of those televangelists who will lock the doors and tell everyone that we're not leaving until we raise $10,000. I mean, it's some crazy stuff. It's some really crazy shit, and it just goes to show how many lonely people there are out there in the world that they will tolerate this type of behavior just to believe that someone is their friend online, and it's pretty pathetic. I mean, you can look at the batch of people that support Phil, and they all have they all have something in common. You know, they're all losers. They're all lonely. They have zero friends, and it seems like it's a community of misfits. And for some reason, you know, they feel like they need to make Phil happy when it should be the other way around. Phil should be making his viewers happy, because if his viewers are happy, then they're going to contribute and support. No, Phil's the total opposite. He wants to make himself happy and make his viewers so miserable that they'll just throw up their hands and open up their wallets. I've never seen anything like this, and I guess that's a perfect definition of what pignosis is. Anyway, the video is still another 5 minutes. I don't give a shit. I'm not going to go through this nonsense, but yeah. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.